Well, good evening, friends. We are a little bit early this evening, and this service will be a little bit shorter than normal. Things have come up and got a meeting I have to get to, and my backup for this evening was not able to back me up this evening, so here we are. But that's the world we live in, and it is okay. So this will be a brief service and reflection, but thank you for tuning in or listening in when this finds its way to our church Facebook page. It's a pleasure to have you here this evening. And tonight, just wanted to have us think a little bit about the experience of coming to Jesus as a little child. What it means to accept that we are loved freely and fully. To not question or doubt or second guess, but to find ourselves welcomed, lifted up, and blessed. But we open with a fun little song by Kelly Joe Phelps. In the eyes of the Lord I am redeemed. He has purified my blood and washed me clean. I have said goodbye to sorrow as I lay before the cross. Goodness and His mercy saved a child that was lost. In the eyes of the Lord I am redeemed. In the word of the Lord I have a home. I don't have to fight temptation on my own. The wonder of His name brings fire to my spirit, and the blessings fall like rain. In the word of the Lord I have a home. Through His love and His mercy I am free. He's loosened all the chains that binded me. Now I raise my hands in glory as I give my life to prayer. My soul is being helped along by faith in His great care. Through His love and His mercy I am free. In the eyes of the Lord I am redeemed. He has purified my blood and washed me clean. I have said goodbye to sorrow as I lay before the cross. His goodness and His mercy saved a child that was lost. Oh, in the eyes of the Lord, in the eyes of the Lord, in the eyes of the Lord I am redeemed. Wouldn't it be great to trust that? Just simply trust that. That what God has said is actually true. That the welcome is actually present. That there wasn't a misunderstanding or a special exception of exclusion for you or for me. There was a time when Jesus was teaching, and there were little children trying to come to Him, and the disciples, thinking they were doing the right thing, keeping a proper boundary for only those who could fully understand the teaching of the great Messiah, they kept the children away. The disciples prohibited them. Scripture tells us that the disciples got in the way. And Jesus was very clear, correcting them, asking them to move out of the way, and saying, "Let the children come unto me, hinder them not. For it is to such as these that the kingdom of heaven belongs. Truly I tell you, unless you enter into the kingdom such as one of these, you will not enter therein." Now, some folks take a literal version of that and wonder if there's any possibility of knowing grace if they are a person who is older than a child. Of course, that's not what Jesus was saying. But there's something about the spirit of a child that he was lifting up. And I think we all might do well to just imagine, to consider, maybe even to embody in the season we find ourselves in. What is it that the children do? How is it they enter into the company of Jesus that can be a model for us? Have you ever seen a kid who knows that they are loved? They're unashamed to climb up into the lap of someone who loves them, to be cuddled, to be held, to fall asleep, or just to be at peace. You ever seen a kid who knows that they are loved? Not questioning why, not asking to have every element of it articulated, not saying yes, but just knowing that they are loved. Let the children come unto me, hinder them not. For so many people, and perhaps for so many of us, we become like the disciples, blocking ourselves from the grace of the one who says, "Come, you are loved." In the Gospel of Luke, the story that I'm relaying this evening ends with this beautiful, beautiful image that Jesus lifting them up and laying his hand on them blesses the little children. Come, be loved, be held. Don't worry or try to say that God doesn't understand what God is doing if God chooses to love you. Let the children come. In this second week of Advent, we are going to address the issue of peace, and I can suggest that one of the most peaceful things I've ever seen, one of the most peaceful places I've ever been, one of the most peaceful sounds I've ever heard, has been that of a child being held by one and knowing that they are loved. Friends, the invitation is for all of us. And for this night, come into the presence of the Holy as a little one, trusting that the welcome is just that, a welcome. Trusting that the blessing is just that, a blessing. Trusting that you are safe and wanted and may be at peace in that company. Let the little children come unto me. Hinder them not, for it is to such as these that the kingdom of heaven belongs. We long to be in the kingdom of heaven, and we can be, even in the here and now, as we allow ourselves to come to the one who says, "Come," to have a hand laid upon us that can claim us and remind us of the blessing. We can be the children of God, and I hope that this night we might choose to be. Now, this is another song I wrote about kids in worship and the gift that they can bring. There's a spring in your step, a glint in your eye, a little bit of mischief and a lot of surprise, song in your laugh, light in your face. I thank God for what you bring to this place. Joy can still be found. This is holy ground. I watch you play, I watch you run. You're so good at having fun. Make believe it's really real. Magic and wonder are not let them be, for the kingdom belongs to such as these. Let the little ones lead. Well, you're welcome here. I forgot my own words. I'm glad you've come. Together we'll seek the Holy One. Laugh and sing, bounce and pray, step by step along the way. Joy can still be found. This is holy ground. Let the children come unto me, hinder them not, let them be, for the kingdom belongs to such as these. Let the little ones, oh, let the little ones, let the little ones lead. Friends, let the little ones lead tonight. Hinder yourself not from the grace and the welcome that's given to you. And for a moment this evening, in the sure and certain presence of one who wants your company, may you be at peace. Have a good night.